Hello, and welcome to Under 1000. I'm your host, Thomas Flower. Each episode, I'll read you a piece of super short fiction. All of the stories are 1,000 words or less. This episode, I'll be reading you a story called The Great Gem. Please be aware that this story does deal with themes of burglary and theft. So if that's likely to be upsetting for you or anyone that you're listening with, then you might want to skip this one. "Mother, come quickly," Garrick screamed. "They've taken all our money and our fish." Marielle was shocked, no, appalled by what she heard. How could this happen in a village such as theirs? There had been problems here before, certainly, but breaking into another's home and taking their food and gold, that was beyond reprehensible. "I'm coming," she called back to her son. "We'll find a way to solve this, Garrick, I promise." The two of them had been travelling for about a week, leaving the village as instructed by the elders to find a precious gem which Elder Lilith had seen in a dream one evening. She had sworn that the gem would be found in a mountain cave not far from here, and when they arrived, Marielle had discovered, somewhat to her surprise, that she was right. Of course, all the other villagers had thought it foolish to take a young boy such as Garrick with her on a quest like this, which had the potential for great danger. Marielle, however, did not regret her decision. After losing her husband only recently, she could not face the prospect of returning to find that she'd lost her son as well. How shocking, though, that she should now find it was security and meagre possessions which had been taken from her instead. "It's gone, it's all gone," Garrick cried, sitting in their small, dimly lit kitchen. "What are we going to do now? How will we be able to go on with no food or money?" Marielle sat, pondering for a brief second before the answer came to her. The gem! Having only just returned, no one was any the wiser they had successfully found it. Perhaps she could use this to her advantage. Perhaps she could take it one town over, sell it, and then return claiming she'd been unsuccessful in her quest. "Did anyone see us when we arrived?" she asked Garrick, quickly and frantically. "Did you speak to anyone, or did anyone notice us?" "No, not as I recall," he responded, confused but eager to go along with whatever plan he knew she would be cooking up. I don't think I saw anyone, actually. Isn't that strange?" It was true, she thought to herself. The village had been oddly quiet upon their return. Usually on a day like today there would be a small market, children running around and having fun, perhaps a few friends playing games of Ungar on the street. Instead, it was deserted, like something had happened while they were gone. "Very well then, Garrick. Here's what we'll do." Marielle sat, calming down now she knew her plan might be successful. They packed quickly, bundling up the scant possessions they had brought from their journey into their sacks once again, before heading cautiously through the streets, over the wasteland, and on to the neighbouring town. Here the day was in a much more joyous swing, as would have usually been expected. The townspeople flooded the streets, talking, dancing, singing, playing, and getting up to all manner of mischief. In the centre of the town, they found some market stalls set up and open for business. Marielle scanned them quickly, looking for somewhere that she might sell a gem of such high quality without arousing too much attention or suspicion. Eventually, she settled on an elderly woman, perched in a corner with jewels and crystals laid out on a rug before her. Strolling casually towards her, with Garrick clutching her hand, she waited until the crowd in this area of the market dissipated somewhat before striking up a conversation. "Enchanting wares you have here, but today I'm looking to sell. Are you interested?" The woman looked at her with some curiosity, her face twisting into an expectant smile. "Depends what you have to offer, my dear," she replied coolly, rising from her stool to stand face to face. "A gem of great beauty and rarity," Marielle eagerly declared. "Only asking for 1,000 gold for it." "Interesting," the woman responded, her smile growing wider. "Let me see this jewel, then, quickly." Marielle pulled the gem from somewhere within her coat, letting it glimmer briefly in the old lady's eyes before returning it to her hidden pocket. 1,000 gold? For that? Why, that's a steal, you must be mad, the woman laughed. "Even so, that's all we're asking," Marielle said, keen to have the money as soon as possible. "So, what say you?" The vendor hesitated only for the briefest of seconds before handing Marielle a sack full of coins. Marielle pulled the gem out once again, and the woman snatched it away from her, eyeing it greedily. Marielle and Garrick left quickly, wanting to return and put their home back in order as soon as possible. As they left, the old woman eyed the jewel once again, looking at it more carefully this time. "A gem full of souls. That fool knows not what she's done, nor what she's sold to me neither. Still, I think I shall find this very useful. I wonder if it can hold any more. Seems most full already, but perhaps I might find a gap or two to slip in those I need rid of." As she spoke, she held the gem up to the light, illuminating parts of it Marielle had not even thought to look for. Faces swam to the surface of the glittering jewel's side, silently screaming and weeping. They were all in there. The elders, the children, the market stall holders, even the town's livestock. And somewhere, sat right in the very core of this cursed crystal, was Marielle's husband, the first victim to the village's foolhardy greed and desire. Thank you for listening to Under 1000. I've been your host, Thomas Flower. The theme music is an instrumental version of In Between Days by Nick Tate and the Shark. To hear the full version and more from the same EP, go to Nick Tate, Nictate, and thesharks.bandcamp.com, or search for them on your favourite streaming platform. I hope you enjoyed this episode, and that you'll join me again next time for some more super short fiction.